Well, hello, General Hospital Daily Recap fans. Today's daily recap is for Friday, January the 27th, 2023. Friday, January the 27th. Well, we had some kind of interesting things going on. But let me tell you what was absolutely positively not interesting. Carly and Drew in the bed. It was the worst. It was the worst. They have no chemistry together. They do not. Period. I think maybe when Billy Miller played Drew, I could have seen it because Billy Miller kind of had that gruff Jasonist thing going on. Okay. But no. Horrible. Even the afterglow was horrible. Jocelyn and Dex had better chemistry than Carly and Drew. I was just like, oh, I can't watch this. Fast forward, fast forward, fast forward. Period. I didn't want to see it. Okay. Then we have Nina and Ava. Nina is getting ready to go to her cousin's memorial service. And she's still and rightfully so. Nina is still reeling. She found out she's not a match, and then she admitted to Ava. See, this was her dream. I was supposed to save Willow. I was supposed to be the match. And then after that, that was going to be the game changer for Willow. And then Willow was going to love me because I saved her. She already had it in her mind. See, because I saved her, that equated to all would be forgiven and Willow was gonna love me. So what happened in no strings attached? Now, yes, a year from now, the way soap operas work, a year from now, Nina and Willow will have some sort of a relationship. Will it be close? No, because of Nina. Nina can't help herself. Willow does not have a problem distancing herself from a parent. Remember when she had to cut Harmony loose? Oh, she cut her loose. She did. It took a minute, a long minute, for Willow to even pretty much talk to Harmony at any length. It took a long time. And if it's one thing Harmony knew, is Harmony knew she could not pressure Willow. She couldn't pressure her. Willow has to come around on her own, and Willow will come around on her own. But if you pressure her, she's going to dig her heels in. She really is. And that's one thing I can honestly say about Michael. Michael understands how to handle Willow. But Michael has never been the kind to tell any of his girls. He's never tried to run any of his girlfriends' lives. He never has. That's the kind of person he is. So anyway, we have Nina is talking with Ava, and Ava saying, don't give up. Right now, this is all new. Willow is very, very sick. It's not over. Stop talking like she's dead, because she had already gone to Carly cost me another child. And Ava finally kept another daughter from me. And Ava said, to be clear, Nell was already dead when Carly found out about her. But but hey, I ain't taking Carly's side. No, I ain't taking her side. I mean, I'm just saying, right? Because Nina has rewritten history where that was concerned. And Ava brought out the truth, history. So I'm happy they brought that up and had Ava be the one to say it, right? So she just told Neva, don't give up. Do not give up. Give her time. She'll come around. Just give her time. Because Ava said, oh, I know what it's like for a daughter not to have want to have nothing to do with you. But just don't give up hope. Don't give up hope. So, they did a little pinky square thing going on, or pinky best friendsy thing going on. And then we had, oh, this was so good. We have Laura coming into the Metro Court because Victor had already gotten word about the flooding of the catacombs, bodies being found, Valentine, they were waiting to identify one of the male bodies as Valentine. The teens, there was a female body found too. So he didn't know if it's Lucy or Anna or the chick he was working with. He was waiting, right? So he's already worried. Laura comes barreling in, and Alexis was standing by Victor for some reason, right? And Laura comes over saying, how dare because of you, Valentine was put in this position. And Victor's like, what are you talking about? I got word from the French police that one of the male bodies was identified as Valentine's. See, it's all because of you. You put all of this in motion. And Victor was like, wait, what? And Alexis is like, Valentine? Because that's her cousin. She goes, what? And Victor's like, he's shaking and he goes, how come they would call you and not me? He said, because Charlotte is his next of kin. That's why they would call me. And so, Victor is kind of shaken, and Alexis is like, oh no, oh no. I mean, like, I'm thinking, goodness, Alexis, right? So Victor goes, I'm gonna make some calls. And he goes out into that little corridor where they've got some seats, outside the main lobby or the main dining room. And he sits down, he's shaking. Because see, he orchestrated the whole thing. He's orchestrated this. Before Laura came in, he was saying, I want word. I want to know, is my son okay? Nobody could give him word. But yes, there was some deaths, right? So Laura and Alexis sit down at the table and they're talking. And all of a sudden, I think Alexis says, good job, Laura, good job. She goes, thanks for your help. They both in it together. She's like, well, you did a good job. And she goes, okay, but you know your part. And you did a good job with the invader this morning, because what Alexis made sure Alexis printed the news that has come from, I guess, was it France or wherever it was. She's printing what they put out, They're not doing a whole lie narrative, but she's just, this is what we got, and it could be this and that, So she put it all out there. And somehow, I guess, Laura is going to tell Charlotte something, because Valentine, because what happened was, Marty is taken from the Metro Court. He's blindfolded, taken to some, place in the mountains. And of course, he was taken to a place in the mountain to see his Lucy. I love you, Lucy. It was so, I was smiling. I was happy to see him and his Lucy reunited, right? And they were so mushy. Robert is like, get a room, would you two? And Lucy's like, hey, guess what? Oh, I got a room. We got a room. Come on, Marty. So they go back to Lucy's room. Now, look, those two had chemistry. They had chemistry. Carly and Drew, no. Lord have no, right? So Valentine had mentioned, because Laura called Robert and said, Victor brought it. He bought the story. But Victor bought it, but he wants proof, because he told Alexis came out into that outer area to talk to Victor. Said, I'm so sorry for your loss. And oh no. And so then he goes, "Oh, no, no, I'm not accepting the fact that my son is dead. No, no, it's not. That's not what happened." So he's in denial, but he's trying to get answers. And what Laura mentioned, because she was talking, when she was talking to Alexis, Alexis says, "Okay, so now is the story gonna hold up?" She says, "Yeah, short term." She goes, "For short term, this will work, but long term, no. So we've got to keep this thing moving. We've got to get Victor. We've got to take care of, him for what he did to Luke. We got to keep moving because ultimately he will find out his son is not dead, right?" Plus, Lucy and Anna and Valentine can't stay in hiding for long, right? But Valentine was telling Robert and Felicia, because Felicia's in on it, that no, Laura has special words to say to Charlotte. So probably some kind of code words that Charlotte knows, meaning my papa's okay, but just play along, okay? Whatever you hear, your papa's okay. Something Charlotte is going to know her father's not dead. They're not going to make this child think. They're not going to do a Nicholas to Spencer. Laura's going to make sure of that. So yeah, Charlotte will be told, but to play along. But anyway, that was pretty cool. And then they were saying, "Well, look, now you all can come out." And Anna's like, "No, we need the element of surprise. Right now, Victor has been knocked off course. He's been shaken with the news of Valentine's death." He goes, "Now is the opportunity for Victor to make a mistake. So no, we need to keep this going." And so Felicia said, "But we still got to clear your name." Or Robert says, "Yeah, but..." Marty says, "What about..." Somebody brought up the video. It wasn't Robert. The video of Anna shooting Lucy, it's all got to be cleared up, right? And when he said that out of his mouth, I said, are we all supposed to be stupid? Robert 100% knows Holly was the shooter. 100% knows. She told Robert exactly how it all went down. That she had a prosthetic fake mask that Victor had given her. They had Anna's clothes from her place. Holly told how the whole thing went down. Holly was the first one to say Lucy wasn't dead. So last I checked, Robert Scorpio is the district attorney who knows this citizen, Ms. Devane, did not commit a crime. So who would prosecute it? Especially when Lucy is not dead. And Lucy says, "I was shot with rubber bullets and those things hurt." you know, Lucy, no. So no, I thought, oh my goodness, what do you mean Anna's got to clear her name? Anna's name has already been cleared by Holly. And it's easy to say Holly said X, Y, and Z. Holly's supposed to be dead. So Holly could have told him a lot. And I'm almost sure you mean to tell me Robert Scorpio did not tell Jordan Ashford what really happened? What Holly said happened? You mean to tell me that? Come on now. But they were so busy covering up Holly's tracks for her, maybe he didn't tell. Maybe he didn't. I don't know. I was like, okay, well, that ain't right. They already know what happened. Okay. So Carly tells Drew that, Michael texted her and she wants her to bring Wiley to the hospital. Now, Terry comes in and speaks with Willow and Michael. And she tells Willow, "Listen, we have a alternative. That's going to be your best option." And she's saying, "We deliver your baby And we're able to immediately, once we cut the umbilical cord, we're going to be able to harvest those live stem cells. And since it's right after birth, your baby's DNA is right in there. Your baby is going to be the best match for you. She's like, this is, like it's new developments in treatments, and this is going to be the best for you. I don't know. Because I want my baby to come out of here when it wants to come out of here. I don't want to do nothing that'll put my baby in jail. And I thought, how stupid are you, chick? You're ridiculous. You'll sit up here and cry and turn saying, well, there is no hope. And I want to be here to raise my daughter, our daughter. And I want to see Wiley grow up. But yet everything a doctor tells you, you say no. When this baby decides to leave the womb is when it decides to leave. Are you out of your mind? And Michael is just looking at her. And Terry's like, well, I've already talked to Dr. Navarro, and she says, no, with how far along you are now, there's a 99% chance your baby is going to be okay. Right? 99. Yeah, but there's still, oh my goodness. I'm listening to her saying Willow can't make a good decision if her life depended on it. She just can't. Okay. So Carly, there's a knock on the door, and Carly comes in, and Carly brings in Wiley. And Wiley runs over to Willow and gives her a big hug. And oh, she's hugging him, and they're talking. And when you gonna come home, mommy? She goes, I'm gonna try. Look, whenever the doctors say, but I'm gonna run as soon as they tell me I can. And he's like, in your hospital gown? And she goes, if I have to. And Carly said that would be a sight, right? So Michael kind of beckons for them to go in the hall, out the room, and he tells her, thank you for bringing Wiley. And she said, thank you for asking me to. That meant a lot. So does this mean we're good? And he looked at her and he said, yeah, we're good, but I'm still going to need some time. And Carly's like, I'll take that. She said, say no more. I'll take it. Take it. I can wait because you said we're good, but I can wait. Right. So she goes, what was Dr. Terry? What's Terry's last name? Oh my God, Terry. I'll just call her by her name. What was Terry talking about? And so she said, Michael explained to her what the cutting edge, and they could use the baby stem cells. And because Terry's like, your baby could save you. Right. And so Carly's like, that's fantastic. Oh my God, that's phenomenal. Oh, and he goes, well, no, not yet. Willow hasn't agreed to do it. And Carly said, wait, huh? What? What do you mean she hasn't agreed? And he goes, Willow is very protective of the baby, and she has not agreed to do it. And Carly's thinking, well, look, I bet I could go on in there and talk to her. But she didn't say that because she knows it's going to take some time. So she knows she can't be Carly, right? So Michael said, it is Willow's choice. And as he looks at his mother, she was like, oh, okay. So they go back into the hospital room just as Wiley is looking at the baby, her stomach, and talking to her, saying, when are you coming? I want to see you. You need to come out right now. And so Willow looked at him, and she looked at Michael and Carly, and she goes, Wiley's right. The baby needs to come out right now, and I'm ready. And Michael looked at her And Carly's like, oh my God. And so he comes over and he's hugging her, and Wiley's in the middle. She goes, call Dr. Navarro and call Dr. Terry. What's Terry? Why can't I think of Terry's last name? In comment corner, everybody write Terry's last name. I don't know why her last name is eluding me. She goes, let him know I'm ready. So Willow is going, I guess there's not going to be, well, I guess, look, you notice they didn't do an open call for everybody to come get tested. So they decided they're going to go this route, which is okay because look, Carly's not saving her. Nina's not saving her. Her baby saves her. So now she's not beholden to anybody. Okay. You know what? I could live with that, everybody. I could live with that. That's all right. Okay, I ain't mad at that. So let's go to comment corner. Comment corner. Ruth, you could put a lot of comments. I'm gonna read one of them. You says, yeah, I think the person they called wasn't Jason, it was Curtis. It's not, well, let's see, you said you might forget. It was Curtis who came and saved Cam. And says there's also the possibility that Curtis is Trina's father. Just wish they get that storyline over. I know, because it's been dragging on for so long. And you talk about how agonizing it is. You're right. It's like watching paint dry. Like watching paint dry. But we all said all along, the truth is probably going to come out at the altar as Portia and Curtis are supposed to be getting married. I would think that may be when the truth is going to come out. And then Gwendolyn says, I totally forgot about harvesting stem cells from the placenta and the oh goodness, I don't even know what that word, autologous. Y'all know what it is. Where they use your own cells after chemo. I love how you impersonate the actors. Great job. Well, thank you, Gwendolyn. And Teresa says, Nina has a husband when she first came where her mother was trying to get rid of him. What happened to Nina's ex-husband in Willow's legal father, what's going on there? They're one and the same, everybody, one and the same. Nina was married to Dr. Silas Clay. When Nina went into the coma, they were married. Nina was in her early 20s when she went into the coma. They were married. Silas was having an affair with Ava. Nina had found out about it. Okay, so Nina was distraught. Nina was pregnant and hadn't even told him yet. She had just found out she was pregnant, and she told her mother. Madeline decides she was trying to give her some kind of abortion concoction, but she overdosed Nina, and it put Nina in a coma. She then drew up divorce papers and had Nina's divorced from Silas because of her coma state. Nina was in a coma for 20 years. So didn't say the divorce happened right away, but over that few years, Madeline made sure that divorce had Nina divorced from her husband. When Nina woke up from the coma and came to Pine Valley, oh my God, did you guys almost hear me say Pine Valley? That was all my children. Oh my goodness. When he came, because I'm thinking of Tad Martin, because Marty is playing, come on now, from all my children. When he came to Port Charles, when she came to Port Charles, she thought she was still married to him. She did not know her mother had that divorce done while she was in a coma. And since when she did go into the coma, he actually let her live with him because she was pretending to be in that wheelchair, pretending she couldn't walk when she could really walk. So that's when he and Sam were together. Silas and Sam were together. So Sam moved out and, Nina moved in and Silas was trying to take care of her to ease her into the situation that they are divorced and blah, 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 but whatever. But that was Willow's father. It was Dr. Silas Clay. Nina was not married twice when she was young. She was married to him in the coma. Her mother had the divorce done while she was in that coma. So that was him. So Teresa says, how stupid can the general hospitals think the listeners are? I'm not paying attention, think the listeners, I'm not paying attention, especially the ones that's been there from the beginning. Willow has no, I just explained that. Willow's father is dead. He's dead. Madeline stabbed him in the back and made Nina think she did it. I think she made Nina think she stabbed him when Nina really didn't. It was her. Sunny D says, why is Curtis never shown at the Savoy anymore? I know. Miss Wu walks around there like she owns the place. Also, isn't Miss Wu concerned that Sunny is going to find out about her taking advantage of Gladys? I guess she don't care. Ann says, do you know if Steve Burton is coming back? I don't know. I wish he would, because then Carly would kick Drew to the curb so fast it wouldn't even be funny. And then Sydney says, I think Sunny is going to find out about Dex and Josh next week, probably because he's having Dex followed. The only thing that might save Dex at this point if Josh is pregnant by him. Oh, I think that's too soon. Wow. But yeah, it is too soon. I'm glad you agree, Cindis. However, she might be pregnant by Cam. Nope, that's too long ago, because she did sleep with him it could be about 6 to 8 weeks ago, because she slept with Cam remember when Elizabeth and Terry went to where Elizabeth was trying to break into her parents' house to find out information. So it could be about six to 8 weeks ago. You're right. Deborah says, hope Cody helps Sasha tell Sonny he can stop Gladys. Sasha needs to be told. Still think if Sasha still needs someone to oversee, to be her overseer person, it should be Chase. Chase would be great. It was hard to see the love scenes with Carly and Drew. I know. Oh my goodness. Didn't think that's going to last, or don't think that's going to last. Drew is a goody. He will never stick up for her and never support her. I hope Nina doesn't make trouble for Carly. Oh, that's a given. Come on now, Deborah, that's a given. And if Carly is a match for Willow, excuse me, Nina will hate that. She will hate it because she couldn't save Willow, but Carly could. Yeah, that would have been just a knife in her back. She would blame it all on Carly. Nina needs to talk to Kevin. And then Patricia said, what a great possibility Dex is a match. What a dynamic that would mean for Nina and Sonny's relationship if Dex is Nina's son. Love your interesting recaps. I agree. It's not only Carly's fault. Willow kept quiet too long. And then Sherry says, Cody could throw this next game and blame it on his grief for Britt. Miss Wu already suggested as much. You know what? You're right. He could throw the next match because Britt's memorial service is today. So, yeah, that will be his out. Anna Rihanna says, P.S. I did boo a lot yesterday in yesterday's comments. It just seemed like a loving episode. Oh, really? I don't know about that, Anna Rihanna. And then Anna Rihanna says, 175,000. Girl, give it up. Miss Wu doesn't play. Cody is up to something. I grew up with people like Sunny and Miss Wu. You don't barter and the bets are never settled. I love Trina and Spencer. They're very, and how they are evolving. At least there's communication and honesty. Ava told Nicholas to go kick rocks. I love Michael and Willow together. I still feel there's no way for Nina. I would love Carly to be a match as well. Now that would send Nina over the edge and it would be on. Willow is where she is of her own doing. Period, point blank. That is so true. Drew and Carly finally canoodled. Finally, great recap. You do a great Miss Wu. I was having a lot of fun yesterday. Michael says, I hope Carly is not a match and it's Liesl. Though Liesl saves her, it was cutting it too close. If it's Carly, Nina would be forced to forgive her at if she has a chance of a relationship with Willow. Like I said earlier, Carly gets off scot-free with no consequences. At least let's get a good rivalry out of this. I think it's about to start. And then Anna Rihanna said to Michael, if it's Carly, the smackdown will happen. Nina won't forgive Carly. She will hate her even more. And Nina's hatred always finds a way. And then PE says, Nina's yelling at the end was scary. I know. She's going to snap soon. Sheila says, I turned off the TV when Drew and Carly started making love. I can't stomach it. Yuck. I fast forwarded, so I almost turned it off, right? And then Linda says, because of Joss having Nell's kidney and Joss's body not rejecting the kidney, Carly or Joss could be a match. Wow. I hope so, because Nina is in pain. Oh, Nina is a pain in the A. Yeah, we got that. We understand what those $, meant, Linda. And then Lucy said, Esme, is it possible you are faking amnesia? I don't know. She seems to be pretty not knowing anything, timid right now. And Gloria says, Dale is Jason's son. You mean Dex? And then Gloria also says, yes, I think it would be Carly. I don't know what that means, Gloria. And then Jane says, Ryan and Esme are pretending not to remember. He should be proud of her. Ryan is not pretending not to remember anything. Ryan is pretending he's a shut-in, meaning he's a vegetable in that chair, that he has no control of any of no muscle control. His brain is not telling his body what to do. That's what Ryan is doing. Ryan's not pretending he doesn't remember anything. Remember, Ryan is communicating by his caregivers pointing to the words and all of that. Ryan's fine. And then Michael says, I really hope Cody tells Sasha he really needs to redeem himself with the General Hospital fans. Trina won't want to have a ready-made family. No one could fault her. The Nina scenes were on point. Bravo, Cynthia Watros. Dex being a triplet could work. Maybe he's Silas Clay's son from someone else, making him still a sibling, but you know what? And that could work, because look, Silas was a cheater. He was cheating with Ava, right? He was cheating with Ava. Ava got pregnant with Kiki. Kiki was Silas's daughter, right? So Silas could have cheated with others, and yes, Dex could be a kid from one of those relationships. That would be interesting. I've heard Dex had a picture of Wiley. I know people say that, and I kind of vaguely remember he did have a picture on his phone, but I don't remember exactly who that picture was, because this is when Dex and Michael were meeting, and they got inside of Michael got inside of Dex's car to get an update. They were at like the park or something, and he did have a picture on his phone. Let's see. Okay. He also had a strange reaction from entering the Quartermain mansion. Dex's backstory needs fleshing out. Your Lucy call was so funny. Carly and Drew consummating the relationship. Carly will never, ever grow, because she's never had consequences for her actions. Great recap. Sandy says, Gladys dug a hole for herself. She can't find her way out. It's time to send Gladys packing. Love Spencer and Trina. I'm ready for Spencer and Trina love story. Ron says, oh goodness, Lord have mercy, we're almost done. 3 more. Woo, these comments are something else. Ron says, um, uh, Nina's aunt will be the donor, and Carly got a freak on. Um, it would be funny if Carly and Jocelyn are pregnant. Look, Carly was too old when they made her pregnant and have Donna. Carla's already in her late 40s, or definitely mid to late 40s. And then PE said, "Oh my God, I hope not, but it could happen." LaShunta says, "See, Miss Wu is trying Sonny. She knows Gladys is his family. She doesn't care. Gladys gonna spend all Sasha's money. I knew she couldn't be trusted. I don't trust Cody. He's a crook." Nicholas shaking my head. Why not fight Ava? Spencer's being spiteful. They're young and shouldn't be tied down. I'm glad Drew forgave Carly. I'm glad Nina's not a match, but that's messed up. If she wasn't a match, what was it all for? Watch, Nina's gonna be her worst enemy. Do you remember when Dex had a picture of Wiley on his phone? Yeah, people keep bringing that up. I didn't see it, but I heard about it. I did see it, but I can't remember it was Wiley. And the episode wasn't dramatic enough that I could go back and say, okay, it was this day on this episode. We'll never find that out. Dacia says Sasha will hate Gladys for losing all her money. The judge will throw Gladys in jail. Sonny will get mad at Gladys for gambling up Sasha's money, and definitely throw Gladys in jail. Something needs to happen to Gladys, but will they really throw her in jail? I mean, really, that is called embezzlement. She's the guardianship, and she embezzled all the money, gambling it all away. Yeah, that's criminal. Well, everybody, that's it for Comment Corner. Comment Corner. I will be back on Monday for the next daily recap of General Hospital.